On this episode, join Andy and Mandy as they discuss NWF. From Ludlow, Kentucky, it's Beer Wrestling 8 on the 400th episode of the Road Home from Wrestling podcast.
Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors, and it's the only way I live in cars.
Alright, well, we're headed home from another week at NWF. It's motherfucking Beer Wrestling number 8 and episode number 400 of the Road Home from Wrestling podcast. My name's Andy, coming to you live to tape from the World Mobile Headquarters of the world. And I got Mandy in the front seat. What up, Mandy?
Hello!
How you doing?
Oh my gosh, I am on top of the world right now.
You had a lot of fun, huh?
So much fun that my face hurts.
That's a good thing. I mean, you know, that could be good and bad, you know? Just depends. But, yeah.
From smiling.
Yes, from smiling and yelling at
Yes.
people and stuff. Man, so tonight was kind of a special night. You know, we kind of threw a little party for
did.
episode 400, and you brought a bunch of your friends, right?
Yep, I brought a bunch of my lady friends. These are badass women that I surround myself with that I love very much. And I was so happy to share wrestling with them tonight, and they had a really good time.
They did.
They want to come back.
Yeah, well, Rachel was returning, right?
Well, of course, yeah, Rachel's a regular.
She is just a little giggle box over there, just having a good old time.
She is.
She laughs at everything and gets everything, so I love that. That is
She's
amazing.
clever.
So I got to get her to some of these other shows, man. Sometimes she'd love that shit.
Definitely.
But anyway, yeah. So we basically. We bought all the tickets for the world, you know, the Road Home from Wrestling balcony suite, which are ours anyway.
Right.
You know, sometimes we let people up there, sometimes we don't. Tonight was one of those nights where like, no, nobody's coming up
Just
except who
us.
we say. So, so we had a big old crowd there, and Mandy, we didn't have just a big old crowd in the suite.
Oh my God.
Tell me about this crowd tonight. Unbelievable.
It was bursting at the seams. There was standing room only. I mean, I saw Roger putting down more and more chairs as best he could.
Yeah.
It was packed, absolutely packed. And our area was packed, and everyone was on fire for wrestling tonight.
Yes, the crowd was not only there, but they were there for it, as the kids would say. And man, it was crazy. Now, you know, we had some people that were not necessarily wrestling fans sitting with us.
Right.
And as usual, it is a blast for me to see these people react to wrestling because they don't know anything about it, you know. And I tried to hip a few people. Oh, and also, Mandy, I hate to do this to you.
Yeah.
Live on the show.
What?
But I've been getting on John and myself about the ing while the other person's talking.
Oh, I should stop.
You should stop doing that.
I'll
I mean,
stop.
you gotta stop doing it.
Okay.
You know, it's just one of those things. If I get on John about it, I gotta get on you.
I understand.
You know, I mean, fuck John, but I'm just trying to be fair. You know what I mean? So, anyway, point is that we had an awesome time. Whether we were humming through each other's sentences or not, we were having a blast. And it was really fun, like I said, to see the other people react to things. There was a little girl that was there, and she was the daughter of one of your friends, and she was not having a good time when she got there. She was having a bad time, and it reminded me of this thing that used to happen when we were kids. This happened with me more than you. You were a lot more mature. You know, you kind of saw things how they were, and you were like, okay, well, I understand how this works, and yes, I will do this. Me, it was like, I have to go to camp? I don't want to go to camp. I am going to cry. I am crying. Look at what you're doing to me. You're torturing me by making me go to camp. And then on Friday, when it's time to go home, I don't want to go home. I want to be at camp.
Yes.
And so that's exactly what happened to this little girl.
Exactly
She's like, I don't want to be in wrestling. And then when she's getting ready to leave, she didn't want to fucking leave. You know?
Well, what happened was when she got there, she saw the ring, and she thought it was going to be boxing. And that scared her because that was too violent. But then when she saw what was happening and realized what was going on and how fun it was, all of a sudden, she was perfectly fine with violence.
Well, it depends on who's getting the violence,
Right, I'm
right?
just kidding.
I mean,
no, she understood then at that point what was going on, and she had a blast. And then you're right, she didn't want to leave, and I had to go give her a pep talk to get her to leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was going to stay up there forever.
She was going to, and her poor mom was trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
And I had to go up and say, hey, it's time to go.
Well, Mandy, as Will Smith said years ago, parents just don't understand, you know, and I don't think this mom understood. She didn't get it, you know. She thought, what is this box? What kind of boxing is this? I think is what she was thinking. But anyway, it was awesome, and we started off with a hot match because this opening match kind of opened the world of wrestling to a lot of our friends here that were new to it, and man, it was something else. Didn't take massive notes, but tell me who was in this match.
Well, Jay Donaldson, the 22-year-old stud, and Andrew Reed, and the Swinger. It was a menage a trois.
Yeah, I think the Swinger prefers to call them three-ways.
Okay, fine.
I mean, I think he'd be down with the menage a trois as well, you know? So
it was a three-way between three awesome wrestlers, and holy shit.
That's great, right?
Holy shit!
Well, Swinger's trying to get sexy with everybody, and he just succeeded on every level. Like, these two guys are like, at one point, Jay was dancing with them so much that Jay kind of forgot that it was a guy, and then was like, whoops, you know? So
he was enjoying himself.
What do you call that? Is there some kind of clinical term for that?
When you what?
Bi-curious or something like that?
Yes, he's experimenting.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Absolutely,
you know?
As long as it's consensual.
Well, Jay's 22. I mean, that's what you do when you're in college, right?
Right.
You smoke weed and you bang people of the same sex, right?
Yes.
I mean, I never went to college, so.
Or if you're in prison.
Ooh, yeah, that's a thing too. Okay. All right. Well, so that was a lot of fun. Swinger was getting over huge. Crowd loved him. He was swinging his dick and getting over, just swinging his dick around.
That's right.
It was awesome.
Yep.
You know, that's
that's when my friends were all like, "Oh my god, okay, we get this, all right," and they started laughing, having a good time. And then, of course, Jay was shooting his guns up at us, at all the chickie babies.
Yes.
And that just made my night. That was the best.
Well, he had an argument with the Swinger, and he was like, "Those are my chickie babies up there." And the Swinger's like, "I don't know what that is." It's like, I have sex with women. I don't know what chickie babies are.
Chickie babies.
But, you know, again, Jay's a little confused about some things in life, I think, and, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So these guys wrestled, and we had something amazing happen where they wrestled pretty much all three of them at the same time for the whole match.
They did.
You know, we had, double, what do you call that thing? Was it leapfrog? Double leapfrog a couple times. We had, they're running the ropes at the same time. I mean, this is a lot of fun. And the Swinger is just, he's just being sexy.
That's all he has to do is just stand there and be sexy.
That's right. And Jay was trying.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Well, he's moving a little slow these days.
Yes. Can you imagine being, 20 years older than 22 and still be, like, experimenting in life? You know what I mean? Like,
we all have different phases that we go through, phases and stages, and that's healthy. That's a good thing.
Well, and everyone, marches to the beat of their own drummer, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, so, to quote Henry David Thoreau.
Well, what I think has happened, you're so smart.
I know.
You're really smart.
I read him.
Okay.
Read his books.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You read his books, you did.
I did.
And then you just quoted him.
Yeah.
You're fucking smart.
Yeah,
Okay, so here's what goes on, is that when Jay has been hanging out with the Swinger so much,
yes,
Swinger has probably introduced him to poly relationships.
Okay.
And poly relationships is where, you have more than one partner and it's all consensual.
So like Molly and Polly?
Yes, probably.
Okay,
some of that maybe. But it can also be a very suburban residential version as well.
If you're Mormon, right?
If you're Mormon.
Pretty sure that's how that works.
Yeah, that's kind of like it. Yeah, exactly. So I think what's gone on is that because Jay has hung out with Swinger so much, he's starting to get the idea, and he's like, maybe I could get more chickie babies this way, so he wants to start hanging out with him more, I would imagine.
He had a similar relationship with Nasty Nate Gnarly, who was in the house tonight, down there at PTW, when they were tagging together.
Oh, really?
Nasty Nate Gnarly's getting all these ladies, and Jay's like, I want to get a lady too, didn't quite work out for him. So,
Well, I gotta say that the ending move, right?
Yeah.
So Jay wins with a brain buster.
that's right.
But when he did that, he rolled out of it with like a barrel roll and came up with his guns blazing, shooting up at the chickie babies and giving us a wink. He ended the move doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a smooth guy, right?
I mean,
he's
hey.
used to hitting on the chickie babies.
Well-
he incorporates it into his move.
Yeah.
That's what Swinger does. So see what I mean? They're sort of starting to...
I mean, okay, but here's the thing: is that when you're like at a bar, right, and you're trying to pick up some chickie babies, you can't just brain buster some dude and then be like, hey, you know what I mean? If you do, you're going to jail like right away. And you know what they do to 22-year-old studs in jail?
What do they do?
They probably leave them alone. It's fine, you know. They probably leave them alone.
What do they do with older studs in jail, you think?
I'd probably leave them alone too. Yeah, they might have STDs or something. I don't know. So, speaking of which, that's what happened here. Is that the Swinger had the STTT on Andrew Reed, I believe, and then that's when Jay actually like came in and hit the brain buster on, got the win. So.
Well, the three of them together did really, really well.
Awesome.
And it was a great entry into wrestling
Yes.
for some first timers. So awesome job, guys. You won them over.
The number one thing that I hear from new people is, I thought it would be serious. I don't know why they have that voice, but that's what they sound like.
Because they're
I thought
women?
it would be more serious. Yeah, that's what they always say.
Is that what women sound like?
I don't know. I don't pretend to be a woman like this. Yeah, I don't know what women sound like because they don't talk to me. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Although they were talking to me tonight.
They
a little
sure
bit.
were.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I just thought this was awesome, and I think it's great. Like I said, a fun way to introduce people to wrestling because, like I said, they always realize, oh, this is fun.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
right.
like, oh, we're all in on the joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, And we had so much ball trauma in this match too.
Oh my gosh,
It's like
that's right.
insane amounts of ball trauma.
So, let's see. It was it was Andrew Reed and the Swinger. No, Andrew Reed and Jay were on the ropes with ball trauma, and then Jay...
Swinger started
Oh,
pushing
Swinger
the ring.
started
Yeah.
like swinging the ropes, so they're bouncing on their balls on the ropes. It was like,
Yeah.
oh
That was
boy,
awesome.
yeah.
So lots of ball trauma in
Yes,
this match. So,
tons.
poor Jay. He probably couldn't. I mean, even if he was in prison, someone tried to like do something to him, he'd be like, "Look, man,
Yeah.
it's just hamburger meat down here. All right, you can't do anything with it anyway." So, all right. So what was the next match, man?
They're like, what happened?
He's like, I don't know.
I'm a wrestler.
He's like, you ever seen wrestling?
Oh, what a match.
It was awesome.
And that just like popped. Everybody was flipping out already. The crowd was getting into it. Everybody was laughing. Great.
The crowd was insane.
Awesome.
All right, what was the next match?
Alex Hayden versus Pompano Joe.
I've noticed that when SOB, who was not here tonight.
Yeah, where was
maybe
he?
they couldn't afford to book him.
That SOB.
I know, piece of crap. He will often be announced as Sinclair Octavius Bentley and his best friend Alex Hayden. And I think that SOB's actual best friend is Money.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think Alex Hayden's getting the raw deal here, but he came out, he was doing the whole spiel, he had the hat and everything, he's got his money and all that shit, and that's all he cares about.
Well, what's happening is SOB is pimping Alex out.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what's happening.
Wow.
So initially, Alex was SOB's slave. And then Stockholm Syndrome takes place. And now, then they went into this like honeymoon period is what it's called, right?
Okay.
So then...
That's where you're like going to Hawaii and fucking all the time?
No. That's
No?
when someone has just got finished abusing you and now they're being really nice to you.
Gatlinburg?
No, not Gatlinburg. You know what? The funny thing is that honeymoon period can be really fucking pathetic.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll still do the trick.
Speaking of pathetic, Gatlinburg.
That's true. Gatlinburg is a pretty place. Lots of people go there.
It's redneck.
It's beautiful.
Redneck Disney World,
Redneck Disney
That's awesome.
World. But yeah, so Alex Hayden, there was the honeymoon period, right? So then SOB has tamed him now and brainwashed him and made him his bitch, pretty much. And then now SOB just sends him off to wrestle.
He does.
While he sits at home collecting the money that Alex is making while he's wrestling.
That's
so
true.
he's pimping him out.
Oh my God.
He's a sex slave now.
Wow.
I mean, not
He's
literally.
a sex worker.
Okay, sorry.
Sex worker, which is fine.
But I just think that, it was more about the brainwashing that got him into that position.
Well, that's how that works. Now, Mandy, I know we're going to go a little long tonight, but I got a funny well, not a funny story, but I got a story to tell you about a wrestler by the name of Hardbody Harrison. All right? Hardbody Harrison was a jobber in WCW, back in the 90s, and he had a long career as a jobber. And he, made all kinds of money jobbing out all the time, right? But what people didn't know is he would tell these crazy stories to people about how he had this, harem of women.
Yes.
And how, he trained them all in this military-style thing, where basically there was lieutenants and there was all this stuff. And they all kept each other in line, and he pimped them out. And he was a pimp. No one believed him. And so because no one believed him, when he got arrested for it and sent to prison, and I think he's still in prison for this, everyone was like, oh my God, he's been telling us about that for years. This guy pimped out all kinds of women. He had this he had a house where it was just, that's all it was women that he was training to wrestle, right? But really, he was just pimping them out. And so what happened is they would go on excursions sometimes. And so all of the women, even the ones that were married, had to stay in Hardbody's room, right?
Of course.
Because they had hard body duty, quote unquote, which meant
Ah.
fucking.
Right.
So against their will,
Servicing him.
against their will.
Yes.
So that guy. So there's a history of this in pro wrestling, is what I'm saying.
Well,
so,
there's a history of it across the world. This is a phenomenon that takes place in real life. That sounded like real life too, though, wasn't it? Okay.
It was real life.
It was real
Yes.
life. It wasn't part of a gimmick.
Yeah, and everyone thought he was full of shit. And he also, Hardbody Harrison also was rich because he sued WCW for racism because they made him job out all the time and he was a black dude, right? SOB, also a
SOB.
black dude.
There we go.
So,
Where are you, SOB?
So he's soft body Harrison.
Yes, soft body Harrison.
Oh, prostitution.
Oh, boy.
Forced sex slavery is so funny.
SOB is a straight up pimp.
He is.
And we knew this with the flashy clothing and him waving his money around.
That one time we interviewed him, I thought it was strange that he was wearing platform shoes that had little fish swimming around in the heels. But now I know why he was wearing that.
Now we know.
And sometimes I'll talk to him and he'll say, bitch, you better have my money. And I didn't realize that he was trying to collect from me. I'm not fucking for him though, so that's a thing.
Alex.
Can't pit me out.
Alex, call me. Alex, call me. I can help you.
We can save you.
We will save you.
Alex used to be a police officer. What happened? Jeez. Where's Derek Neal,
It
man?
just speaks to the level of professionalism that SOB has as a pimp.
He's good at it, I
That
guess,
he
man.
can turn a cop into a sex slave. Wow. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
So, wrestling match. What happened here in this wrestling match?
Oh, back to Alex Hayden and Pompano Joe.
Yes.
Pompano Joe was working the crowd. Everyone loves him. I mean, everyone was going wild over him. But Alex cannot stop pulling Joe's hair.
He did it 4 times in this
I
match.
know.
God.
I'm just like, what? He's pulling my hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Many times Joe would start getting kind of comeback going, and here come Alex Hayden just yanking on the hair. Can't help it. But at a certain point, Joe hulked up from it. It was and John was with us. We had John and Dean in the house tonight, and John was like, you know what? So we've established that Joe kind of likes that when people pull his hair. He's like, oh, don't pull my hair.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Right.
And so, but it takes a certain amount of times before he kind of gets his rocks going.
Yeah, he
or whatever.
needs it done a few times.
So that third, fourth time, he was like, "Oh, I'm hulking up now,"
That's
so.
what happens with sex addiction, is you build a tolerance, and so then you need more and more of something in order to, achieve.
Yeah, even another wrestling-related thing. There's this famous speech from Jake the Snake Roberts from the movie Beyond the Mat, where he's talking about, first it's just one, then it's two, then it's two at once, then it's two at once with toys.
Oh my God.
And then you try to go home and make love to your wife. Ain't happening, brother.
Right.
Ain't happening.
Right, because...
And then he was smoking crack. And then he's like, took a hit of crack.
I need to see that.
We need to watch that.
Oh
It's
my
amazing.
God. Yeah, because that's what happens, because you've blown all the chemicals out in your brain that get your dick hard doing that other shit. So then when you try to get it up, it won't work because you've already completely depleted the chemicals that are required in your brain.
Ain't no way, brother.
Yeah, and
says.
crack doesn't help either with that. I'm pretty sure that's going to give you some sort of erectile dysfunction.
Oh yeah, maybe a little. I don't know. I never smoked crack.
Me neither.
Maybe one day. Maybe after SOB turns me out and I'm just like on rock bottom.
Oh, that won't happen. That won't happen.
No? Okay.
I will not let that happen.
Okay.
Nope. I'm going to nip that right in the fucking bud.
Fair enough.
Never
All right.
going to happen.
All right, so who won this match? This match was good, by the way.
Oh, it was really good. And Joe wins with the crucifix roll-up pin.
Yeah, man. He went like for a crucifix that slid down the back, did like the sunset flip type deal. It was a really cool pin.
Mm-hmm.
He's slithering around on that Alex Hayden guy, Alex Hayden also was reaching for the ropes a bunch of times while he was in a wrist lock, and I was like, inside, I was like, yeah! Love that.
Yeah, you did get excited when you did
Pretty
that.
awesome. All right, what was next?
Ref Scotty,
Yeah,
he's in to officiate this match.
he is. Ref Scotty was in the house. Scotty doesn't know of PTW fame. What do you think, Mandy? Is Scotty going to join the tribe soon? I mean, what are we doing
It's
here?
looking like he could be in denial of the fact that he needs to go ahead and join the tribe.
Yeah, and by the tribe, we mean the Bald Dudes tribe. And, come on, Scotty. I love you, brother. I love you. Let's just go ahead and, come on, just give it up, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, you're not helping. And,
Practice acceptance.
There you go, Scotty. So, and also, Scotty and I have something in common, Mandy. Did you know this? Neither one of us have a spleen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that?
I think I did. I
Did
don't know.
you?
I'll tell him now. So,
You both don't have a spleen,
That's right.
and you're both of the tribe.
That's right. So me and Scotty have a lot in common,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that Scotty doesn't know. So there's
Right.
that.
There you go.
But yeah, Scotty was in to officiate the match. And what was the match?
Rex with Gideon
Yeah.
versus Christopher Michael Lotus.
You should have noticed.
And I did, and I really noticed later on, and I'll tell you about that during our intermission.
Okay, sounds good. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so Rex comes out. Rex is awesome. He's doing all kinds of cool shit, like being awesome, just period,
Yes.
He's just awesome.
He is awesome, just period. He's a great actor.
Well, yeah.
I mean...
If you're Adam Swayze's stunt double, you think he just, hires anybody to do that? You think he goes to SOB and just hires some sex worker? No, he gets Rex.
Right.
Rex is awesome.
That's what you do. You enslave someone in a different way.
Wow. Rex is probably getting paid, I would think. In exposure.
Well, when you're in the proximity of someone like Adam, it kind of feeds you.
Oh, yeah.
You feel important because you're near someone who's important.
Well, Adam Swayze has an aura about him. And that aura glows blue. And that's why he does that blue steel look all the time. It's like he's focusing that aura, so if you're anywhere near that, it's like being, close to the sun. Gotta be careful,
Right. And then Gideon was like, "Hi, Amanda."
Amanda set you up there. Hello. Goodbye.
He's
I'll be over here, man.
funny.
He's awesome.
Gideon is possibly the funniest character.
It might be, it might be. I think he's amazing.
Because he's got an evil streak to him.
Oh, he's got a mean streak for sure, yeah.
It's really good. So we had Rex catches Lotus. Oh, this is the ending.
Yeah,
we
I
don't want
didn't
to
take
get
any
there.
notes on the match because I was just watching
It's so much to watch, and I was just saying this, that any matches with Gideon, Rex, or Adam, there's so much going on and so much to look at. It's just like, you're missing something when you look over here, but then you look back and then there's something else going on. They're really good at that.
Well, plus you got that Adam Swayze aura going on. It's hard to look at anything else. I mean, you think movie stars, there's a reason why people are movie stars. It's because they draw your eye. So, like, when they're on the screen, you can't even look at anything else. I've watched Adam Swayze movies before where I thought, man, it's crazy. Swayze did this whole movie by himself. But it turns out there was a big cast, but I didn't even notice. You know, I was just watching Swayze. It's kind of what this match was like. Even though I was watching Rex. It's pretty much the same thing, you know. So.
Well, Rex is fantastic. He is so energetic. Oh my gosh, his facial expressions, his physical humor is on point. Along with Gideon, of course, who's just as good. But the two of them together is just perfection.
Yeah, and you add Swayze in there, and it's just like over the top.
Right.
So Swayze wasn't out for this, though.
No.
And we had all kinds of great stuff. I mean, you know, these guys are both awesome wrestlers, so they did awesome shit.
Yep.
And it was kind of, you know, Christopher Michael Lotus was trying to, you know, overcome the fact that he's double teamed, first of all, and second of all, the fact that, you know, Rex is like twice his size.
Well,
so,
and they're cheating.
well,
Constantly.
I mean,
You got to deal with that shit whenever you're dealing with Rex and Gideon.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Right? That applies, right? Well, apples and oranges.
Right.
Or something.
Right.
So who did win this match, maybe?
Rex catches Lotus and wins with the big ending.
That's right. That's a cut right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a wrap, and they win. The good or the bad guys win, and we're all really happy.
We were happy.
Now, I had a discussion with some of the young ladies that were with your group tonight, and they were telling me, they said, so do you ever cheer bad guys? And I said, well, Adam Swayze is the best, you know. And when Adam Swayze did come out later, I was like, did you guys have any idea you were going to see a movie star tonight? And they laughed.
What?
I don't know what they thought was funny about that, you know.
Wow.
They just don't get it.
I guess not.
Maybe they can't see auras, you know.
Maybe they can't see auras.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe they're not clairvoyant like me. That's how I know. That's how I know.
You know what they can see?
What's that?
Bad behavior.
Yeah?
They're good at that.
Oh, okay.
They're good at recognizing bad behavior.
Well, that's no fun.
Right. No, it isn't. You're right. It's not fun. Not fun at all.
What happened next, Mandy?
David Tyler!
Boo!
Boo!
God,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
with a stupid chain.
Oh.
He hit the bell with the chain. Oh, I'm cool.
He did.
I don't know why
He
you sound
did.
like Doris all of a sudden, but that's... I'm cool.
Well, that was something cool that he did with his chain.
No, he thinks he's cool.
But the best part was what John was doing.
What was John doing?
John had his comb out and was combing his hair and combing his beard
Angrily.
angrily at David Tyler. So David Tyler kept coming over to the corner to give us dirty looks and scowl at us.
That's the dirty look.
And I was yelling at him. I was going, anger management!
Yeah, so...
Anger management.
How could he benefit from anger management, and what does that even mean?
Well, let me just say that I'm actually certified. I'm a certified clinical domestic violence counselor through the National Anger Management Association, or NAMA.
Yeah, suck on that, David Tyler. What are you certified in? Just being a jerk? Fucking jerk.
So, as a certified National Anger Management counselor, I'm saying that he could benefit from some anger management.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would that entail? Like, okay, so you're in your office, and here comes David Tyler. He's dragging chains with him. He's wearing bike shorts with a singlet, and you're and he.
Sorry,
you're
I
the shit
can't
out
help
of
it
me.
because
I
we're
know.
having a conversation.
You gotta stop it. You gotta stop it.
I
So,
don't like this.
and I mean, it shows that you're being impatient. And if you ever listen to podcasts
No.
and the other person's in them,
No.
it's gonna stick out now. You're
No.
gonna hear it now.
No.
You're gonna be like, oh my god, why is this person and the other person? So.
Is an indication that I'm listening and I'm affirming. It's active listening cues.
Yeah, not when you do it 50 times. So,
God.
so David Tyler walks in your office. He's dragging these chains. All right, maybe he brought a pit bull with him. We don't know. The pit bull's like really happy. David Tyler's not though, and he's like, "What the fuck? I hate my life. This Star Rider guy won't stop wrestling me." You know? And what? I mean, how is he? What's the first step here?
The first step is identifying how his angry behavior may be causing issues in his life. And not just in one area of his life, but in multiple areas. So that would mean at work, at home, and possibly on the social scene.
Do you think he choke slams his dogs?
Probably.
Or just hits them with a chain?
He might just tie them up with the chain.
That's fucked up, man.
I know.
God, that's one part of his life that's being affected. Wrestling's the other part. That's two.
Right.
So he's got anger problems.
So he has anger problems, and it's affecting his life. And then we talk about the consequences of how those behaviors, those angry behaviors, what consequences have there been as
Get
the
your
result?
dogs taken away, lose a match. Those, those podcast guys won't quit fucking with you.
People
Stuff like
are
that.
screaming boo at you all the time.
He's at the grocery store.
You're
Boo!
obsessively combing your own beard
And your pubes.
simultaneously while you're shaving your head. It's very confusing.
It's weird.
Right. So, yeah, we would talk about the ways it's affecting his life. And then we would start talking about the things that make him angry. You know, what is it that bothers him? And then usually underneath of those things is the actual reason why you're mad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, for example, if you're walking around mad, then that means that, let's say, people on the highway, you know, you're driving, that's when it comes out. So if you're talking about, say, there's these fucking stupid drivers that they drive so fucking slow, you know, and they're in my way and blah, blah, blah. And then I would say, so why are you in such a hurry?
No.
Where is it that you need to be? Well, I'm just, you know, I got to go to work and be on time.
It's like
I
need my chains polished.
Are you running late to work?
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, because, you know, I couldn't get up early in time for... Oh, so what's happening is that you're running late to work, and so you're upset that you're going to be late to work, and so you're taking it out on people on the road.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. See how that works?
I do. I think David Tyler is one of these people that complains about, I don't get good service anywhere I go. You know, and meanwhile, he's the only common denominator there.
Right.
You know, he's not angry at them, he's angry at himself.
Yes.
And, you know, I think that a lot of times when we lash out, when we act out at others, you know, in anger, we're really angry at ourselves, Mandy. Don't you think so? When you choke slam your dog down the stairs, aren't you really angry at yourself for not training the dog better?
No, I'm not. I'm angry at my dog because she's horrible sometimes.
Okay, all right.
She shits in my house.
Don't get defensive. See,
Here we go.
were you late to work this morning, Mandy?
Yes,
Were you?
right,
Was that
right.
your fault?
So, like I said before, I can identify with these anger issues, which is why I kind of know a little bit about it.
Really? Okay.
Oh, there's a book. It's called The Dance of Anger.
Oh, you know what? I bet you there's an audio version of that
Sure
that you
there
could
is.
get on Audible.
Yes.
If you wanted to go to audibletrial.com/backslash
Backsplash.
the road home FW. I never messed that shit up.
Backsplash.
I was just saying the other day how I think that like they should call like a senton, they should call that a backsplash, but then you're thinking about your kitchen and like how
Exactly.
you're improving your kitchen. So backslash the road home FW Audible Trial. There you
The
go.
Dance of Anger.
There you go. You'll get the dance. So David Tyler's doing the dance of anger, right?
He is.
And you know, Star Rider's trying to come back on him. This match was awesome. Star Rider, you know,
He won the ladies over.
He's yeah. Oh man,
The
they loved
second
him.
his music started and they came out, those ladies were like, oh yeah.
They hated David Tyler. though.
Hated him.
They were punching each other in the face, pretending that they were David Tyler. Hey, pretend I'm David Tyler, and then punching themselves.
Right.
So, I mean, that's,
They don't like angry men.
well, Angryman. David, that's his middle name.
David
Angerman
Angerman Tyler.
He's Jewish, too.
Tyler Steen.
All right, what else happened here?
Okay, so David Tyler needs anger management badly,
Big
as we
time.
just covered.
It went on for 20 minutes about
Yes. The fake-ass Daniel Bryan knee won't work.
It won't work.
For David Tyler. Brett's rope powerbomb.
Yes, he powerbombed. So, was it Star Rider's trying to go for fucking Frankensteiner off the top rope? But no, David Tyler powerbombs him. Unbelievable. That's so dangerous. Mm-hmm. Crowd went nuts for that.
Oh, they did. They absolutely did. And a lariat,
Yeah.
but Star Rider kicks out.
Yep.
619. and splash. Star Rider wins.
That's right. That big splash, man.
From the top rope?
And David Tyler was like kind of facing the wrong way, so he had to go sideways in the air. It was pretty awesome, man.
And we went bonkers.
Yeah.
We were just going nuts over that.
They should call Star Rider LLS from now on. Ladies love Star Rider.
It's true, especially now with the tan.
Mm-hmm.
That's a darkening tan. It's getting darker.
Is that what you call that?
I guess so.
Darkening tan?
It's just getting darker and darker.
Well, I mean, maybe he quit wearing sunblock when he was riding the stars.
Oh.
We always wonder why he was so pale. It's because he's wearing that like SPF 3 million. You know, you got to do that.
Well, you know that one commercial where there's the puppy that grabs the diaper of the baby. It's a sunblock commercial.
Right, I remember that.
And then you see the white tan line.
Word. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on there. Is this a full body tan? Or is the, does it go all the way down?
We learned from Danny Todd at FanFest. He told us that if you tan in the nude, that it raises your testosterone because the sun goes in your dick, basically. That's pretty much what he said. So, I don't know,
Okay.
I mean, we'll have to ask him, I guess.
All right.
What happened next?
Miss Callie joins us in the balcony suite.
That's right. She
and
came
that
up
was
to say
fun.
hi.
Yeah.
I'll let everybody know. She asked me who's going to win the main event, and I was like, well, Josh is a piece of crap.
Mm-hmm. You did. You said that. Yeah.
I got to say piece of crap over the thing.
You
It was
did.
fun.
It was really a good moment.
I hope that Josh heard me wherever he was at. Because here's the thing. Guess what? John, who has been a forever defender of Josh, he fucking hates Josh now. He hates him. And he was trying it on tonight. He's like, I hate Josh. I hate Josh. Josh, you suck. He was trying it out, and he loved it. He loved the way it fit.
It worked out.
So
I noticed that Josh was like avoiding you.
He didn't want to come over there, man. He didn't want what I got, I hope he doesn't.
What do you got?
Anger.
See?
Yeah. I'm not really angry at Josh. I'm angry at myself.
Right, and you're taking it out on Josh.
Yeah, but I
you
wasn't late
guys
to
should
work
hug
today.
it out.
Oh, he doesn't want to hug me.
It might.
Maybe he does.
He might.
Oh, the dude won't even fucking shake our hand. What are we supposed to do?
He
sees us. He goes the other way.
Yeah.
I think he's scared.
He might be scared, or he might just think we're assholes. And we kind of are.
Fair. That's fair.
So I don't blame him.
All right. So we're assholes. Okay. Amanda.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What was next?
I don't know.
Oh my God, this was the best. This was the best.
The best?
Yes, Big Cuz.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see Big Cuz coming out. I'm already excited. Like, yes, this is gonna be great.
You're looking for a chokeslam,
Totally. And of course, he had Andre with him. But then Larry D came out, and
Larry D?
whoa. Then my friends all looked at me like, what the fuck happened to Mandy? Because I just started losing my shit for Larry.
Larry's super over, man.
Oh, the crowd just loves him. They were chanting, Larry, everyone, Larry, Larry,
Larry.
Larry.
It's crazy to me that somebody can get over with the name Larry. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Well, that's how good he is.
I know.
That's how charismatic he is. He just makes me so happy. That's what I was saying. Like, I'm so happy right now.
Larry is pro wrestling.
He is.
You know what I mean? Like, he is walking pro wrestling is what he is. And so, that's fucking awesome. And him and Cuz recently had a little fight down there at IWA Mid-South, and we saw that. That was awesome. And this was pretty good, too, man. Woo! Two big guys doing big guy stuff. That's what we got going on here.
Well, there was a point where there's a vertical suplex.
Mm-hmm.
What is that when he was holding him up?
So early in the match, Big Cuz suplexed Larry, which was pretty good.
Okay.
Right? And then Larry's like, oh, you gonna suplex me? I'll suplex you. And he held him up in the air forever.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
They were like 20 feet tall.
It
like
was
that.
amazing.
So.
I just,
crowd was like, "Wah!"
We were just going nuts. The whole place was going nuts. I've never heard that place like that before.
It was super loud tonight. Super loud. And there was like at least 2 or 3 women just screaming as loud as they could the whole night.
Yes.
Like, and they weren't the same 2 women. That's just 3 women.
Right.
I don't know. Just screaming their heads off. It was awesome.
How many people you think were there?
250, you know? Maybe 275.
I was going to go
something like that.
3.
It looked like it was a lot. I know, like, I think the most they've ever had in there was just over 300. Mm-hmm. So, it's pretty awesome. I don't know. Really enjoyed it.
Ooh, and they were all into it, too. I mean,
Big
they were
time.
really enjoying it. Oh, my gosh, Larry. Oh, by the way, Larry, I saw your picture at my mom's house today.
It's weird.
It is weird. You all right?
I'm good.
Okay. Andre gets knocked off the apron at one point.
Yeah, he got up there trying to, hey, look at me.
Mm-hmm. That's what you get.
Yeah,
You know.
stupid ass.
All right. Sit the fuck down.
Yeah!
Too many closed fist punches.
Yeah, I guess. We had Scotty was the ref for this match, and all of a sudden they just start wailing on each other, and then what happened?
Scotty calls for the bell.
What?
And then there's this big pull-apart brawl. Also fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So all the good guys came out to hold Larry back, and all the bad guys came out to hold Big Cuz back. But then at a certain point, Big Cuz got out of the ring like a pussy.
Oh!
Oh! And then, and then he was walking away, and then...
Well, first Josh came out, right? So they start.
right,
We had this
right.
pull
Well, I
apart.
just was going to skip over that.
I would have too. This is so stupid. So like they're fighting each other, and we hear Josh's music, and he comes strolling out. Look at me, I'm cool. I was made for this. Tell you what. And that's what he sounds like now. And he says, "Big Cuz, come here," and then they just leave together. So
That's right.
you know,
He just picked him up.
I guess
Like
he was
he's a kid at the mall, and that's like
he's
his
like,
mom
oh,
coming to
God.
get him.
He's like, I gave him. He's out of quarters at the you know, the whatever, the fucking arcade. Okay, I'll come get you.
Yes.
You know,
he just
so
came and picked him up.
he did.
And they walked away.
And they walked away, and I guess they're buddies now or something. I don't know. Whatever. Josh needs everybody, all the help he can get.
But then, isn't that when Larry, like,
Yeah, Larry started punching dudes.
everyone,
Yeah.
he knocked them all out.
Yeah.
He did that thing that he does, that he's so good at. Whereas, like, there's a bunch of people standing around, and he takes them all out. That's how strong he is. That's how amazing he is, that he can just, like, take out, like, 6 guys at once.
That's true. And he took out 3 at least, I know. He punched a bunch of people in the face. They were dead, you know, and then here we are.
I think that if I were going to have, like, a dream team of badasses that, like, walked along behind me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That Larry would be one of them, for sure.
Okay.
I think another one might be, gosh, I don't know.
I want Jimbo with me, first of all.
Yes.
Just because he could greet everyone. Like, if anybody's going to get sick, it's Jimbo, because he's, you know, shaking everybody's hand.
He's gonna
and
be
now
like
I'm like,
cold.
they go to shake my hand, I'm like, nah, I got him. He stands in
Jimbo.
for me to shake hands. That'd be awesome. Yeah, Jimbo, you know, Larry, and then Roger. I want Roger with me, just going,
Roger.
I'm the man, you know,
Yep.
just behind me.
Roger, Jimbo, Larry. I kind of want Big Cuz, too, because of the choke slams.
Okay.
That would
Well,
be
then
really awesome.
he can be in your group, you know.
Okay.
But,
Right.
I mean, we got to move on, though, Mandy,
Okay.
as much as we'd love to sit here and talk about these groups. I will tell you, if you've never seen the movie I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka, in that movie, the heroes have their own theme music. Like, they have, like, a DJ that walks around behind them and
Really?
just plays their theme music.
Yeah.
So, just saying, we could get that, too, you know?
I would love that. That would be fantastic. Let's do that.
After that, we had a break, right?
Yeah. Single intermission.
Cool.
I can't stop. It's my natural way of having conversation.
You gotta stop.
I can't.
You gotta stop.
I'm trying. Single intermission.
Oh boy! All right, yeah. During single intermission, you had a little interaction with Christopher Michael Otis. You couldn't help but notice. Careful, you just hit your head laughing. And
So what happened happened was I took the girls down because I thought we were going to do that thing where you take pictures in the ring.
And they didn't do it tonight.
But I don't blame them because there were so many people there.
Yeah,
that
they would have made money.
Yeah, but it would have taken too long, and they would have. Yeah, how do you cut the line down? I mean,
let's cut Josh's match in half, and then we'll just do that. It's fine.
Well, I was kind of inquiring about that. And Christopher Michael Lotus was so nice. He was like, I'll come up to your suite and we'll take pictures. So he took pictures with some of the younger, because there were some kids there too. So he took pictures with the kids, and then he took a picture with me where he like picked me up.
Yeah.
I haven't been picked up like that. I don't think I have been picked up like that before.
Like he was going to walk you across the threshold.
Yes, it was like that. He just picked me up. I was like, wow. And then I got a bunch of pictures taken.
Yeah.
And he was so nice. And that was so sweet of him to do that. I loved it. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Okay. No pulling my sister up. All right, so, yeah, and I just kind of hung out. I talked to Rachel for a few. She was having a blast. We were, we did get a visit from the owner who came up to thank us, not Roger, the owner, Paul, I guess, of Burker's Brewery.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he was like, hey, you want some beers? And we're like, don't drink. And John's like, oh, I'll take some beers,
yeah.
So John got some beers, which was nice. And Dean did not like the beer there. He was, like, making hilarious faces while he was drinking.
Really?
Dean likes Coors Light.
Okay.
That's what he likes.
All right.
Coors Light, which
That's
there's nothing
fine.
wrong with that,
That's
and
fine.
so he was trying different beers, and his face was like someone had just fed him a lemon, and he was a 2-year-old or something. It was fucking amazing. That's great. Also, we had Cole and his girl in the house tonight. Yeah. You got to meet them.
Yes.
Not Cole Radrick, other Cole.
Mm-hmm.
So
where are they from?
They're from Louisville, Indiana, somewhere out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. So they came all the way up. This is their first experience at NWF at beer wrestling, and they were like, "Holy shit, this is fucking amazing."
They loved it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
as they should.
Yeah, as they should, especially tonight.
Well, and we let them up in the suite. So I mean,
the exclusive suite.
You can't hang out in the suite and not have a good time unless you're a little kid being like, I don't want to be in the suite. But then an hour later, you're like, I don't want to leave the suite. So that's how things work, right?
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, that was single intermission, and after that, we had another match. What was the next match?
Hollywood Adam Swayze with Gideon and Rex, of course, versus tag champ Matt Stevens.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Adam Swayze, as of like 2 weeks ago, had all the belts. Mm-hmm. Now he has none of the belts. Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to care.
No, he's fine.
That's fucked up, man.
Well, he's a narcissist.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what that aura is? Is that how you can tell?
What, has he got an R in his name?
Or am I just tripping?
What R?
The aura.
Oh, the aura. I'm like, what R?
No, that aura.
Yes, yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
I would say that there are some narcissists that definitely have a charismatic quality that people are drawn to. They like being around them, and they make them change their, basically their personalities even to be near them.
Like Hardbody Harrison.
Like Rex, like Gideon.
Okay.
You know how they are watching his every move and caring after him? It's almost the beginning of a cult, really. If Adam could have more followers, he would be a cult leader, and it would be the cult of Adam Swayze.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And everyone comes out in robes and stuff, and they're like worshiping him and stuff. Yes. Oh man, that'd be great.
Right. So he has that sort of narcissistic charisma. But the reason why he's not upset about the belts is because narcissists, they sort of don't believe it when they receive consequences or when things don't go their way.
Oh, so in his mind, he still has the belts.
Yes.
Okay.
He still has the status of the belts.
Like, those aren't yours, these are mine.
And now, so here's what's funny, is that they'll flip-flop. So he'll lord around with those belts, because remember, Gideon was carrying him around like a bag lady. He had like 7 belts on him and was weighing him down. He was carrying him. He's just holding all these belts on him, and they were lording them around and parading them around. And now it's like, you know what? Belts don't matter. Belts don't matter.
Yeah, only idiots
right.
worry about belts.
Right. I mean, come on. be an adult about it. Be a professional about it. We all know who the best wrestler is. Who cares about belts? Belt schmelts. You know? And so now what he does is he belittles the belts and make it seem like that they don't really mean anything, when 2 weeks ago they meant a whole fuck of a lot.
No kidding.
But that's what narcissists do. They change the narrative and they shape reality to protect their ego. So he's just going to act like it wasn't a big deal.
So you're telling me that Adam Swayze not only is a great actor and probably a great director, but he also could write a great movie too?
Yeah.
Because he's changing the narrative, you know?
Yes.
I mean, so really he's just writing his own movie. That's what's going on.
That's right. That's exactly what he's
doing.
doing.
He's the star of his own movie.
That's exactly it. Holy
shit.
Right, and that's what narcissists do.
Wow. And you know something about these narcissist guys, right?
I know a lot about narcissists.
No kidding. You ever had experience with one of them?
Yes, I have experience
with
many of them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird. All right. Well, we're experiencing one right now with Adam Swayze.
Yep.
And who is he up against? Matt Stevens, one half of the tag team champions, right? Him and Lord Crew just won the tag titles off of the Hollywood Blondes last week at Fairfield, and they seemed real upset about it right then and there. You know, but I guess that's when they realized, oh, we need to change the narrative to the fact that this doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
You know, only suckers think this is
exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right, gotcha. So what happened in this match?
All kinds of distractions, which, again, I really love this team because there's so much to look at. You look over here and Rex is doing something. You look over here and Adam's doing something. Then they're doing something with the ref. And then, of course, Gideon is non-stop shenanigans. Non-fucking-stop. He's hilarious.
He gets disappointed a lot, though. You know, there's a lot of, confidence. 1, 2, damn it, you know. And he's when he turns around, he's not thinking, God damn it, Swayze, why didn't you hook the leg? He's thinking, what's this ref's problem? You know, this goddamn ref and this fucking wrestler who just won't stay down. You know, so I get
So what happens is if Adam actually does meet some sort of challenges that diminishes his mood and his ego's been bruised, then that affects the high that Gideon and Rex get from being around Adam.
They're all baked, huh?
Yes, they actually have a chemical high that takes place in their brain. It's a neurobiological thing from being around him. And then when he starts treating them shitty, they start to have withdrawal.
Because they want his approval.
Yes.
And they gotta have it.
Right.
Oh my God.
This is how it works.
Oh my God! Wow. So that's why these guys stick around. You know, if they ever make a movie about Jim Jones, you know, Adam Swayze should star in that movie for sure. You know, and then the rest of the roles also played by Adam Swayze.
Yeah.
He'll have a hard time playing a follower. You know what I mean?
That won't happen.
But he's so good at
That's
true.
true.
He's really good at acting.
That's true.
Anyway. All right.
He could stoop to that level, I guess.
Slumming it.
Well, Rex crotches Matt on the top turnbuckle.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, old Pete. And Swayze tries. He tries.
True.
A superplex. But Matt fights him off and performs a flying Pearl Harbor on Rex.
He jumps from the inside to the outside on top rope and fucking killed Rex, and Rex was just dead. He just laid there and twitched a few times and tried to make it back in the ring by the end of the match, but he was fucking
perfect example of how awesome he is. He plays dead better than anyone.
Dead.
With the little twitches.
That was awesome.
And then when he came to, he was all like blurry, you know, like he couldn't quite get
Boss. Where you at, boss? It was funny too. Earlier in the night, Rex was trying to dance to Christopher Michael Lotus's song, and Gideon's like, "Stop that!" He's like, "Boss, I kind of like this song," and you know, he's dancing a little, and Gideon's like, "No," and he's like, "Fine, I won't." And he still kind of shook his hips a little, you know. Gideon, he's awesome. All right, so you know, then we get Matt hitting the double underhook pile driver, but Gideon pulls the ref out, right? Then what happened?
He provides a distraction, allowing Swayze to score the roll-up victory.
Swayze
He rolls him up.
Yeah.
But of course, they have to cheat to win,
Well,
as all narcissists do.
okay.
They don't play by the rules. They don't believe rules apply to them. In fact, they think that people that follow the rules are sheep.
Wake up, sheeple, right? You know what, Mandy? I'm thinking that I'm going to try this narcissist thing out, all right?
Okay.
So today on the way home from your place,
Yeah.
I'm just going to drive as fast as I want.
Okay.
When I get pulled over, I'll be like, Psh, rules don't apply to me, bitch.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
But with a narcissist, somehow they will still get out of
Well, let's see.
consequences.
Hey,
You
I
see
got
how
this.
it goes.
I got this.
Yeah, but you're not a narcissist, though.
I mean, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
You got. I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay, I think you should start with a police officer.
Even Adam Swayze was bad at. Well, that's not true. I was trying to think of a good example. Like, even some of these great wrestlers were not good at wrestling at one point. So I got to try to be a narcissist. I got a narcissist.
It takes practice.
And by the way, there was also a wrestler named Narcissist. And he was the narcissist, and it was Lex Luger, and he came out with all these mirrors and beautiful women. He would look himself in the mirror, and he's Lex Luger.
Well,
that's who Josh is trying to be.
Is it?
He can't do it.
There's different types of narcissists.
Yeah, well, that was the narcissist.
Right.
So, I mean, like, he was all types.
Narcissist.
All of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, all right, well, after that, we had your main event of the evening, and the main event was a champion versus championship match. Well, it wasn't championship versus championship. It was champion versus champion, which was DC, the Tri-State champion, versus Josh Uwa, the Northern Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. And this was for the championship, the heavyweight championship, and Josh came out with Andre and Big Cuz, right? We had standard fare here. What do you think that the ladies in our party thought of Josh?
I think they liked him.
Really?
Yes.
I did not see that reaction.
You didn't?
Well, I was too busy screaming boo at him.
Yeah.
They were very amused by the fact that me and John hated Josh so much.
They thought that was really funny.
They were like, they really hate him. And
Yes.
they're like, yeah, we do.
They didn't understand why.
He's an asshole. So, just look at him.
Well, we're kind of assholes, too.
So what? It takes one to know one.
That's true.
I'm trying to be a narcissist. I want to be a different kind of asshole, Mandy. I'm trying to master all different kinds of being an asshole.
Well, at least you're not trying to be a psychopath.
Well, maybe one day I'll work up to it,
But yeah, the ladies like Josh.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Well, man, there's like 50 jokes I can't say right now. Oh, so many good jokes. Just, one of these days we're going to start a Patreon, and the Patreon's only going to be the jokes we can't say on the show.
That's a good
right?
idea.
So you got to pay to see them, and then, you can't record it or anything. You can't, play it for other people, because then we'll make jokes about you. So, I mean, it's like all the jokes that never made the show, those will be on there, but you can't, play those for people, okay?
Right, it's a private thing.
We don't want heat. All right?
No.
Well, don't give us the heat.
Well, we're good guys.
Yes. That's right. Fuck Josh. DC rules.
Yeah.
DC was great in this
And he
match,
did.
right? He was awesome. Hey, DC's come a long way, man.
Wait, who was the ref of this match?
It was referee Aaron.
Aaron!
Yeah. Because he got killed.
Aaron was low-key tonight.
He was. He was low-key. He didn't hit anybody with a chair. We were hoping that he didn't even ref Jay's match. Kept them apart. Maybe backstage you're thinking, all right, this is getting out of control here. You know what I mean? It actually makes a lot of sense, kayfabe-wise, why they wouldn't let Aaron ref Jay's match or vice versa, because, they problems when that happens,
Yeah.
Maybe Jay went to the ownership and was like, listen.
Aaron was on very good behavior, a little subdued.
He still got fucked up, though.
He did.
He got squashed in this match, right? So then he was dead, and he sold being dead just like Rex, except he didn't twitch every once in a while. You gotta learn how to sell that like Rex. But he was dead, and while that's going on, we got DC, Spear, and Josh. And but the ref's out, and the crowd's counting to like 8, So, Josh, you're a loser. And then the heels start a beatdown on DC. Did we get a finish? I don't even think we get. Oh yeah, so Josh used the belt. He used the belt on DC. He woke up Aaron, and Aaron was like, "What? Where am I? Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3."
Yeah, he just started counting out of a blackout.
Pure instincts,
Yeah.
He probably didn't remember what happened.
Josh drug him over there, too. And, you're going to count this.
Well, I mean.
And he did.
So the heels start beating down DC, but Larry comes out.
Yeah.
He makes a save. And then Wildcat Chris Harris comes out. And he chases off Josh. Him and Josh got beef.
Yes.
And he hits the catatonic on Andre. That was great.
That was great, but let me just say that Josh is afraid of Wildcat
Oh,
Chris
big
Harris.
time,
He was
yeah.
terrified. In fact, I thought I saw some dribble of pee going down his leg at one point. Really scared.
Is it? Like, to me, like, when I get scared, like, I'm the opposite of trying to pee. My body's trying to keep everything in. You know what I mean? Just, we got to hold on to this. We might die. You know what I mean? But other people, they just pee all over the place because they're scared.
Well, it's a submissive pee.
Oh.
You know, like what dogs do.
I was going to say, like, your dog, when she sees me, she's like, oh, I got to pee all over the
Right,
place.
so
It's
some
like, this guy
dogs-
is trying to be a narcissist. I better get the fuck peeing on the floor.
Right. So that's what Josh was doing, was a submissive pee.
It was a hell of a night, Mandy. Great show, right?
Yes.
We had a lot of fun.
We did.
Any comments, concerns, questions, anything that we need to cover else here?
I don't think so. I just am so appreciative and grateful of such a great time and what a great show and all the work that they put into it and letting us have our party there, and everyone was so nice and supportive. It was really, really fun and very special. Probably one of the best nights I've had in a really long time.
Oh, Mandy, you're a official wrestling fan.
I am.
Yes, you know how that, because wrestling fans always say, that was the best insert whatever that I've had in a long time.
It's
That's
true.
Like, wrestling fans could watch the greatest match ever one week, and then the next week after they'll be like, you know, this is the first time I've seen a great match like this in a long time.
And he's just said it last week.
They fucking all say
Well,
that.
this
So.
was the best match that I have seen in a long time.
The best show, you mean?
The best show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the best show. And the crowd really added to it as well. It was just insane.
More and more, that's becoming the most important thing to me, is the crowd crazy. Because when the crowd's crazy, the show's awesome. Just period. That's just the way it works.
And my friends that were there, they had a really good time, and we won them over, and they will be back. They all said they loved it and want to come back, so.
I was talking to a few of them, and I was like, did you guys hear, like, when they were coming back? And they're like, yeah, she said, like, 50 times. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm joking. They say it 50 times, and they're like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, they're putting it in their calendar. I put it in my calendar, and we will be back.
Yeah.
For sure.
That would be great. Beer Wrestling 9.
Beer Wrestling.
You know?
Can you believe it?
It's on March 21st.
March 21st.
So, which is very close to my birthday. So, man, that's going to be a rough week for me. But anyway, you guys can follow our show at the Road Home FW. You can follow me at Jerusa for tweets. Please like us on Facebook and on Instagram at the Road Home FW too. So get on there. You know, there's pictures of my butt on there. Me working out all the time. John's always posted pictures of his butt too.
Are you like at Planet Fitness? Like doing selfies at
in the
Planet
mirror?
Fitness?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, because then how can you tell that I've worked out? You
Right.
know what I mean? I tell people, but it's like, what was it when Dean was on keto, and he's like, well, the first step of like losing weight on keto is telling people that you're on keto. If you don't tell people, how the fuck you know that you lost weight? So, yeah, it's the same thing. So anyway, so follow us on there. You guys can buy our shirts and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. Got those new reflector stickers that everyone was like,
I
oh, I'm
saw
gonna buy
that.
all those, and I sold the one tonight, and that's it. So,
Well.
so all you fuckers out there that want to buy one, just buy one. You know,
They're safety stickers.
they are. You could be
They can-
safe.
Yeah, it can
and
save your life.
Yes, you can't afford not to buy one of them.
Exactly.
You'll die if you don't get these stickers. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening.
You're welcome.